T-Funk Television, y'all. Back to another T-Funk TV. Yeah, Sirski, back to another T-Funk TV. T-Funk gang. Welcome back to T-Funk TV. Smoke some, drink some.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo, back to another rebirth for T-Funk Television. Yeah, this the rebirth. Y'all know the slogan. Drink some, smoke some with me. And let me take you on this journey, and I promise you I won't leave. I'm back. This is the rebirth of T-Funk Television. We back on steroids. Bigger and better. Y'all, the first time I made T-Funk TV, I was green. I didn't know what I was doing. And I accomplished over 3,017 subscribers. But I'm well groomed. I know exactly what I'm doing. And this is going to be totally better. So everybody that was subscribed to me on my old channel, make sure y'all come on over here and subscribe and like. And pretty soon we'll be going live. And this channel reached the goals that I did on the other one. But I'm going to be bringing them bangers, old ones, new ones to y'all. Story time, street story time. Everything's coming. And I'm going to be vlogging a lot of stuff more. Just a lot more coming. So, y'all, let me take y'all on a little journey right fast. So, the other channel I had a lot of complications. Once I got monetized, I really did not set it up right at all. I messed it up at first, and I had a bad human being to come in here and spam account my whole thing and just throw my whole thing. So the channel's not gone, but hey, this the rebirth. Reborn. So y'all, drink something, smoke something with me. Y'all make sure y'all go like, share, subscribe, and comment, man. The rebirth for T-Funk TV. You gotta be a part of it. And if you were subscribed to my old channel, you gotta come here and subscribe. Okay, boom. Y'all, this is a new channel. So I'm gonna hit y'all with one of the, I was gonna give y'all my first experience with going to jail like I did on the last channel, but I want to switch it up totally. I don't want this channel to be nothing like it. So I'm going to hit y'all with this story called G, which is a Honduras guy, probably about 205. G put a hole in 6ix9ine head like a dolphin, y'all. And this was one of the scariest times I done been in prison. Not the scariest, but one of them. Because I thought I was going to have to do something that may keep me in there forever. Alright, so boom. It was around Christmas time in prison. For y'all that don't know about Hope Correctional Prison, it's been changed to another facility now, but it was Gladiator School. You didn't have no TV schedule. And if you had a prison with no TV schedule, a TV schedule is when they take 2 people out of the dorm and they make a schedule for the whole week so it won't be no confrontation. But when you got a prison with no TV schedule, it's always tomato paste head busting everywhere, man. Everywhere. Plus, this place didn't have no cameras. No cameras. So when stuff would happen, people would get beat down bad. They'll come around and just look at your knuckles or whatever. Man, there was a Honduras guy, man, named G, like I said. He probably was about 6 feet, 6'1", about like me. 205, workout freak. Now, he didn't get much money through the year, but you know, his people looked out for him. They used to send him nice little lump sums, but Christmas time, they went crazy for him. So when Christmas packages come, they be like $100. So if it's a guy that's in it that's less fortunate, you know, that people ain't gonna send him one. A lot of times, if your people sent you a bunch of money, you will order one in your name, order one in his name, and that person's name and everything. But there's a risk to that. You know, it's a risk to it. So bad. G and this guy by the name of 6ix9ine that was probably about 6'5", 4. They've been in prison for a long time. He admitted he came in soft at first, and he was fighting a lot, and he got his tooth knocked out. And yeah, he deal with them boys and didn't even care if you knowed about it, bro. He was out with it, but he had started getting cocky because his size, and he done got a couple knockouts in there, and you know, he could play ball good, and a lot of that whole weight in prison. For y'all that ain't never did no time, you can be a dude that play good ball, bro, and might nobody not really even fool with you. A lot of stuff hold weight in there. So, they worked together in the clothes house. So at the time, I was going to Penn State, GED in prison, Penn State. So after we done got up that morning, real early to go to chow, for breakfast chow, we come back. I be trying to get a little nap before they call for everybody to go off to their jobs and go to school and stuff. You know, they call us a little later than everybody. But I heard them two arguing that morning, and he was like, yeah, man, you done took my watch, man, and I ordered a Christmas package in your name. And see, y'all, last night, that night before, they had just got the Christmas packages back. And G had got his. But from my recollection, 6ix9ine was coming up with all kind of excuses why he didn't get his man his Christmas package. And his people had done, you know, sent the $100 in that man's name for him to get that. And he had done kept a watch of his and all kind of stuff. So they buy my bunk. So it kind of pissed me off because they waking me up. Because G slept over me. I slept up under him. No, I slept over him. He slept up under me. So they going back and forth. So I heard 6ix9ine be like, it was certain words we used to say in prison. This was one of them. He was like, man, I'm going to end up popping your ass, boy. You keep on fucking with me now. Fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? So they going back and forth. Then they call for work. So they take off and go to work. But before they take off and go to work, I'm like, man, y'all need to move that on, bro. Y'all know I got to get up and go to school. So I done got pissed off a little bit. So they called for them to go on to work. So I ain't paying no never mind, man. So we went on to school. They let us out for lunch, child. We have a little break, and that's when I get my work in hard. Then we'll go back to school for the other half of the day. Then I come back, and then we'll go to dinner, child. And I get my work in, my calisthenics, my workout. I get it on hard again. Be ready to take a shower and call it a day. But like I said, prison, man, rumors spread fast, like, man, just like a telephone call out on the street, bro. So I'm hearing a little stuff. I'm hearing a little stuff about G and 6ix9ine, bro. About G and 6ix9ine, and it's Friday night. So when everybody up in the dorm, everybody eating good because they got all these cheese, beef logs, all this kind of stuff that you can order, different stuff than what's in the store. So everybody eating, mingling. You hear people getting into it, finna fight, all that, because there's so much stuff. But when them Christmas packages comes, bro, it'd be a lot of head busting going on, bro. Something is gonna happen like this. Man, that night, everybody mingling, eating good, bro. Like, even if you was broke in there, pardon me, somebody found you a bowl that night, bro. It was swoles going around, people making jugs of Kool-Aid, just all kind of stuff going around, because you get these packets for $1. I never forget, I used to love them, bro. I kept like 20 of them in my locker fruit punch, and lemon. And you can break it down about 3-4 times. It come already added sugar, bro. So when I couldn't get the Tang, that's what I always be on the yard. I be buying them. You know what I'm saying? So we making big old Kool-Aid jugs and different bottles and stuff. Everybody got a bowl or a swole or... Hell, I cooked that night and looked out for a lot of people, bro. Looked out for a lot of people that really didn't have nothing. So the vibe going good, sort of, you know. Something had already happened down there in 2 other dorms. Some dudes had done got the hitting because what he owed them or whatever. So I just keep hearing little mingling like, that boy still ain't gave that boy his package yet. And bro, G just sitting around like, everything cool, y'all. Everything cool. And see, thing about G, he wasn't no sucker, bro. He wasn't soft at all. He had already been in a war with another dude from Charlotte. G had moved to Charlotte. And they fought over and over and over and kept going in and out of the hole to my man felt like that's another story for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about that. But G wasn't no hoe, bro. And he was strong, bro. And he knew it, but I guess 6'9" size kind of intimidated him a little bit. So you could just tell that, you know what I'm saying? And G had this little brown band, y'all, that he would always wrap around his head when he finna do something, man. And I knew about it. It was in his pocket. It was in his pocket, y'all. So on the weekends in North Carolina, I don't know about these other prisons. They let us go to sleep. Lights be out like 2:30 in the morning. Certain camps. So after we don't watch Friday night football, that's a thing in North Carolina where, you know, I was way up in Rayford County, way away from my high school football team, so I had to catch on to theirs up there. So Friday night football go off like 11:30, 12. You know, everybody still up. It's winding down, though. You start seeing people going to sleep. This person going to sleep, that person going to sleep, this person playing while they sleep, putting toothpaste on them. Like, it's a bunch of big kids in there, bro. It's really like you in a violent college or something like that. And whoever the weakest, bro, that's who get picked on. Like, for real, just like, man, if you a man, you done been through that in school. You done been through that, like, man, playing football. Just, man, male testosterone. Y'all know how it is. And these be some adults, bro, that act like fucking kids, y'all. Real talk. But for real, though, so I'm seeing people winding down, like everybody done smoked they little green they done got and drunk they little buck, whatever, bro. They winding down, bro. Even me, I'm winding down. So I never forget that night. We talking about a whole bunch of rap. North Carolina rapper Petey Pablo come up. Everybody talking about that, discussing that and everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about that. So I'm one of the last Mohicans, but I'm yarning or whatever. So when I went to sleep, I'll never forget. And pardon me, y'all, I'm sorry. I slept on the bottom and G slept over top of me. I was right the first time. Salaki to all the Hebrew Americans. Y'all know what that means. That means pardon me. So, yeah, because I'll never forget that night. 6ix9ine he had done did about 15, 16 years. It just seemed like he always wanted to, he was messing with the LGBT community, but it just seemed like, you know, that's another story I'm going to tell y'all about, too, that I saw with my own eyes. But it just seemed like he just wanted to always be a part of something. So he done picked up the Muslim thing. So he had his prayer rag, like, on the side of his bunk. And, you know, he didn't have no femininity to him. Straight act like a dude. You know what I'm saying? Big, tall, dark-skinned dude, bro. Probably about 265, ripped up. Lower body kind of smaller. That prison body, big up there. That type of laugh. One knocked out tooth. Dark-skinned to keep an even haircut, bro. And when you tall in prison, I know North Carolina prison, they'll give you the name 6ix9ine. I seen a bunch of 6ix9ines like that, you know. So that night, I remember us discussing a bunch of rap. He ain't been out there in years, so he just fascinated about Petey. He kept asking me about stuff about Petey Pablo because I told him I had done met him at the For Sisters Only, you know, in Charlotte. And he signed a dollar of mine. You know, I met a lot of people that day. Petey Pablo, Master P, the comedian, that played in Soul Plane, that lady, I forget her name. Just a lot of Lil Flip, a lot of people was there. So I'm telling him about that or whatever, and I'm winding down, I'm yarning. So I remember his prayer rag being right there when he started winding down. He had it like flipped over to like the rail right there. So I'm thinking like, yeah, dude, you know what I'm saying? I guess he done took his shahada or whatever, so he official now or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So y'all, it had to be like 1:30. And I remember when they come in there, lights out, lights out. So y'all, they don't cut every light off in the dorm. They cut off all of them, and then there be some dim ones all the way around it. Because they going to see if people trying to sneak and do fruity shit in the middle of the night. They ain't cutting off all them lights. In jail or in prison in North Carolina, your shit is going to get dim. You better learn how to put something around your eyes or just learn how to sleep like this. See, a lot of times I used to sleep with the cover over my head, man. So, yeah, that's how comfortable I would be. Yeah. Because I know I'm going to do something, bro. I keep something on me, ready to do something. So, you know, and I don't bother nobody, so you shouldn't bother me. But, you know, I had to be done got used to that camp and my surroundings too. Now, I ain't going to just say I go straight in there and do that. So, yeah, I remember that was the last conversation we had. We talking about rap or whatever. Dude, prayer rag right there. G not winding down with her. Fuck y'all, I remember this. G's not winding down at all. Like, I don't see a sense of tiredness on G at all. Man. Y'all. I say about 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember G having that brown little thing that he wrapped around his head. Just like how Rambo used to do. That's how he used to do. About 3:30. All I know, I woke up. Bing, 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 bing. I kept hearing that, y'all. That was the sound of that lock hitting that bunk when it wasn't hitting 6ix9ine's cranium. Man, I wake up, y'all. 6ix9ine done stood up then. And how North Carolina made when you in your medium custody dorms, it might be like 75 to 90 something men in there. And bunks was just lined up. Where at this prison, I'm going to describe this prison. When you walk in, you got a guard that sit out there at this desk. He's over 480-something men, A, B, C, and D dorms. One dude. Might be about 3 or 4 in and out of there all day long, but one dude or one female. So when you first walk in, and they can shut this door behind you and lock it with a key. But you walk in, to the right of it is a kind of first size day room with a TV. A and B can mingle with each other, because one of them gonna stay on movies. Well, nah, that's at them other prisons. D stay on whatever the fuck, whoever the dominant in them dorms is. So, when you look to the left after you walk in, you're gonna see like 6 toilets. About 5 or 6, against the wall. Then, and that's bad, they got it where when you look in there, you can see a nigga shit. As soon as you turn to the left, six toilets right there. Then probably about 4 sinks. Then there's a shower in there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that. That's how it's made up. Then when you walk past that, like, if you ain't never been to prison, just imagine bunk beds. Probably about 30 of them on this side, 40 on that side, or 40 on that side, 40 something on that side, man. And then when you get to the end of it, it's an emergency red door where you will go to if a fire or something will come. And that's the very back where don't nobody really want to be at, because that's where all this go at. So we sleep like 2 or 3 bunks away from the emergency door. I have seen dudes, when they get that bed where I was at and back, because it's 3, we were 3 away from that emergency door where everybody fight at, from our bunk back. Man, I done seen soft dudes, bro. They get that bunk, they go straight to the front and get themselves moved, bro. Because if you ain't tough, you can't sleep back there. Because a dude ain't got to do nothing but come back there and jump on you. Ain't nobody going to see it because it's in the blind spots. And especially if he got somebody watching up there for him. So, man, I'm hearing bing, 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 bing. I wake up. I'm shocked. I look over there, 6ix9ine in the middle of the bunks, y'all. He hemorrhaging, y'all. He hemorrhaging. She like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, you thought you was going to get away with all that. You stole my watch. You kept my Christmas package. Yeah, he had the brown thing around his head, y'all, with the lock. He didn't have it inside no sock. He had the sock through it, like in the ring. He had the sock in the ring, like holding it like that. You know what I'm saying? So he had it in his hand, and he's twirling it like that. But I didn't know he had already done his damage, y'all. Man, I set up. Like I said, it's dim in there right now. The whole dorm starting to wake up because they done heard that ding, 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 ding. He's standing in, okay, Bunk's his face like that. It's me and G Bunk. It's an Al right here with our locker. Then it's 6'9" Bunk, his bunk mate. Al with their locker and a nut. G standing at the edge of 6'9" Bunk, but he ain't in between our Al, he in between they Al. 6'9" back there with the lockers, leg hemorrhaging, head shaking and stuff. G like, yeah, motherfucker, you gonna pay with blood. You took all that from me, now you about to pay. I seen it in his eyes, y'all. I seen Satan himself in his eyes, bro. He had that man at his weakest moment, y'all. He had that man at his weakest moment. He had done chopped that big tree down, y'all. So 6'9" like, nah, man. I promise you. 6'9" like, nah, man. I promise you. I got you, man. I got you. I got you, man. I got you, bro. I promise you, bro. I got you. I'm gonna get you back right here. Like, yeah, you gonna get me. You gonna get me in blood. So he start spinning that thing again, y'all. 6'9" sitting there hemorrhaging, bro. 6'9" hemorrhaging, y'all. Then all of a sudden we hear some keys. So when we hear some keys, I sat back down on my bunk, put my cover back up on me like I ain't got shit to do with nothing, bro. Like I said, we way at the back. I'm hearing the guard. I know it's guard on shift. Big, heavy-set, dark-skinned dude, bro. I'm hearing them coming, bro. I'm hearing them coming. G done jumped back up on his bed like he's sideways like this. He done came around from 6'9" when he heard the keys and jumped back up on his bed and took the thing out from around his head. So boom. Dude come through there. He walked by. Everybody else laying down. And see, these guards just talk to know your posture, know what's going on, know when something ain't looking right. G the only one sitting up on his bed, everybody else. So he walked by G, he said, hey, well, how you doing tonight? He like, how you doing? Like I said, G Honduras. G like, how you doing? G didn't say nothing. He kept on looking at G. He said, man, why you sweating so hard, man? Why you looking aggressive? And at the time, they done switched it now. North Carolina got gray t-shirts, but we had white then. He said, why you looking so aggressive? I'm telling you. And like I told y'all, this light is dim, but you can see though. So they can see each other. G said, oh, nothing. Just like that, y'all. Oh, nothing. It's my word. Man kept on looking at him for a couple seconds, bro. And he seen that red stuff. That cud. But when he saw that, he was like, what's that on your shirt? G said, nothing. He was like, yeah, all right. So 5 seconds later, he walked down. It was like little specks of blood. It wasn't like big glops. It was specks of blood, but it was dim. So he probably thought, because he seen us in there partying, G done got some hot sauce, ketchup or something like that from one of them condiments on it. But little do you know, when he walked down about 4 or 5 steps, 6'9" still standing up, hemorrhaging, y'all. And bruh, he looked to the right because they walked by with the flashlight too. And see, that's what he had on G2. When he walked by, he started calling the code automatically. So I don't know if y'all know, but if y'all ever seen dudes get out of prison, can't nobody fuck with dudes that been in prison when they get out with their waves, bro. Dudes walk around all day with a plastic bag on their hand, with a brush all day, and every night wave cap down. So in prison, you want your wave cap real tight, so you would take a piece of cardboard or a sock and put it right here so it won't put no ring around your shit. And that's what 6'9" had did. He had a sock right there. Man, that sock was all red, bro. That sock was all red. When the police rushed over there to him, his wave cap had a hole in his head like a dolphin, y'all. That boy had a hole in his head like a dolphin, like my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins, y'all. That boy had one of these in his head. Sure did, yeah. Yeah. That boy had a hole in his head like a dolphin. Like a dolphin. So, he called it code. They hit the lights. Everybody sitting up now. They hurry up and put G in handcuffs. Because a couple of them rushed in there then. You know, they be standing by real close. They hurry up and put G in handcuffs. They put 6ix9ine in handcuffs. They let the medical people come and get 6ix9ine and take him on out in a wheelchair. But they had him handcuffed to the chair or whatever. Because, it's zero tolerance in fighting. I don't know about other states. In North Carolina, if you're the culprit or the culprit, you still going to the jail for investigation till they find out what's going on. It don't matter if you got beat up or did the beating. You're going to jail. So, they take 6ix9ine out. And y'all, the whole night, couldn't nobody sleep. Everybody up talking about it. People talking about why this person didn't do that and why his Muslim brothers. Everybody pointing the finger now. Y'all, I couldn't sleep because I was nervous. I've been adored with all these dudes. I don't know if this going to happen to me. That's what made me so scared. Now I don't trust nothing or nobody in here. And I got to get up and go to school the next day. So the next morning, they done took 6ix9ine to the hospital. This happened like 3. Next morning about 6:30, bright and early, we walk out to go to chow. 6ix9ine and G in the dog cage together from being in the hole. The dog cage is where they let you out for wreck. It's like a dog cage. That's the only way I can explain it. Once they take you out of the hole, they're gonna let you out of handcuffs. You be in dog cage. So G was humbled in, bro. He wasn't even really trying. You know, everybody was speaking to him because you can see him when you walk by, like real close to him. Where I was at, 6ix9ine had about 10 staples in his head, and he was running it down. And I heard him. It's like G got an A charge, so he got busted back up to close custody. See, that's how it is in North Carolina. If you got a felony charge, if you, man, bro, if you gonna get Joe shit, you gonna go back up with the big dogs where he was. So they shipped 6ix9ine somewhere else, and I ain't never seen him no more, y'all. Never seen him no more, man. Never seen that guy no more, but y'all, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. He had it coming to him. I kind of got cool with him because I moved right beside him, and I used to have to show him I wasn't scared of him, but he used to bully people. So he kind of had it coming to him, y'all. He kind of had it coming to him. You have to face your fear in the face, and then sometimes they'll respect you more. So me and this man started sleeping beside each other, being cool. You know, even though he did the boys, but he ain't never tried me like that. But before that, I ain't even gonna lie, my homeboy that came to prison with me from the shell, bro, used to act kind of scared of this man, bro. And then he used to put me in that same category, and I always would say something slick back to him, bro. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna walk around in fear in there from no man. But y'all, I told y'all I was coming again. I told y'all I was coming again. Y'all, I had 3,017 subscribers. I probably don't have none now. I'm starting all the way over. If you love T-Funk, if you down with this T-Funk movement, and you really funk with me, go hit that like, share, subscribe, comment, so I can get back to this live and bring y'all these bangers. I'm going to be bringing them to you live, bro. I'm going to do this thing the right way. I'm going to walk this thing down the right way like it's supposed to this time. Peace and love to all of y'all. Drink something, smoke something. I'm the originator of that. T-Funk Gang. The rebirth for T-Funk Gang. The rebirth for T-Funk TV. I'm back.